Hi, and welcome to One Thing for February. I'm Matthew Hintermeister, your 2022 CAR chair, and I'm joined by Liz Peetz, the Vice President of Government Affairs for CAR. Welcome, Liz.
Thanks for having me, Matthew.
I invited Liz today to give us a brief update on the legislative session going on right now. Liz, what are some of the top bills CAR is watching right now?
Well, I am going to start with our Business and Taxation Committee. And I should say at the top, if you are serving on LPC, we want to say thank you because they've got more than 56 bills on their bill sheet. So starting with Business and Taxation, they are dealing with a couple of interesting bills. One that would create an income tax credit for package anti-theft devices. I know we're all leery of those porch pirates. This bill would actually give you up to $75 if you purchase something that would keep those porch pirates away. And so far the bill is just sitting in committee. It is waiting for process, but an interesting one for our property owners for sure. Also on deck, we're dealing with a lot of issues around short-term rentals. So House Bill 1117 is a bill that will allow local governments to allocate lodging tax more than just what they currently are able to do, which is marketing and tourism. So this would expand those allowances for child care or workforce housing. And if any local community decides to take that on, it would have to follow the taper rules. So it would have to go to voters for approval. But I think many of our local jurisdictions are really hoping to combat some of their affordable housing with some of the uses of the lodging tax. So we see this as a bill that is not in any way limiting on property rights, which is refreshing, but I'm sure we'll see more short-term rental topics later.
Yes, so, you guys, is that all?
I have a couple more that I should highlight for you all. Okay. This was just from one subcommittee. Our housing committee has a lot of interesting bills. They are looking at some policies around incentivizing home use for renters. And what's really interesting is a bill around creating veterans as part of the protected classes in the Fair Housing Act. Now, originally, we had some concerns about how this might impact VA loans, but we were very happy to work with the bill's sponsor to get some amendments that allow for us to make sure that you can consider any legitimate offer, whether it's conventional financing or a VA loan. And so we are very happy to be supporting this piece of legislation with the important amendment. Our land use committee is looking at a lot of issues around wildfires. As you can imagine, after the Marshall Fire, there is a new impetus for not only prevention and mitigation funding and several bills of which we're going to be testifying this afternoon, but we're also watching some of the bills around insurance regulation. I think our place and our role as realtors is to make sure homeowners continue to have access to homeowners insurance as part of their housing transactions. So lots of interesting topics. As you can tell, I could go on and on, but that's just snippet of what they're working on.
Yes, you guys certainly have your hands full and do so much wonderful work for us, keeping us informed and fighting the good fight for property rights, et cetera, there at the Capitol. Make sure you all are subscribed to the Capitol Connection if you want to stay updated on everything. A link will be in the description below. Liz, thank you so much for joining me today, and we will see you next month for another edition of One Thing. Until then, everyone, be good to one another.